Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we'll be taking a look at the latest updates about everything that happened with Alexa Bliss, Braun Strowman, and Bray Wyatt on the August 21st edition of SmackDown. SmackDown opened up with Bray Wyatt coming face to face with Vince McMahon. It was a really brief moment, but it was fun to see. We don't see much of Vince McMahon on television anymore, and we've never seen him truly interact with The Fiend face to face before. So it was really interesting to see. The Fiend and Vince McMahon get interrupted by the Universal Champion, Braun Strowman. Just a little side thing to point out, the whole presentation for both The Fiend and Braun Strowman's entrances were amazing. Braun had the train animation that was all around the arena, and Bray Wyatt had the arena fully covered in red graphics. It looked amazing. So Strowman and The Fiend are face to face, but they get interrupted by Retribution. It looked like possibly Strowman and The Fiend was about to maybe team up to take out Retribution, but The Fiend waves goodbye and disappears to leave Strowman alone. The entire locker room, both the men and women, come running out to help Braun Strowman, but we get another little confirmation that Braun truly is heel now. Braun Strowman gets up and attacks some of the superstars that just assisted him in fighting off Retribution. So that goes to show you that he's not grateful for their help at all. I first had some mixed feelings about The Fiend just running away from the fight, but when you really take the time to think about it, it makes sense why he left. You don't want Strowman and The Fiend to pair up and mop the floor with Retribution members because then it makes Retribution look weak. But on the other hand, you don't want to have The Fiend get jumped by these 15 Retribution members either because then he looks weak. So it was the right move for him to just get out of there. Even though it was like 20-1, Retribution still did their thing and took out Strowman for a little while there. Now, let's get to our Alexa Bliss update for this week. So there was no actual Alexa Bliss on this edition of SmackDown, but we did get a small promo from Nikki Cross that heavily hinted at the direction WWE could be taking Alexa in. Let's go back and revisit some of those words that Nikki Cross had to say about her brief interaction with Alexa Bliss from a few weeks ago. Me and Alexa have been friends for quite a while now, and when we spoke on Tuesday, she seemed just a little off, Cross said. I can't put my finger on exactly what it is, but she's just different. I mean, she talks like Alexa, she acts like Alexa, but the Alexa I know is warm and caring and funny. And the person that I spoke to the other day, the person is not Alexa Bliss. And it scares me. It does, because I just have the feeling that something terrible is about to happen. Wow. So even though Alexa Bliss wasn't actually seen this week on SmackDown, those words by Nikki Cross could be some major foreshadowing for something that is about to go down with Alexa Bliss. This was something we touched on after the interaction with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross first aired. Alexa Bliss didn't seem angry or frustrated with Nikki Cross when Nikki approached her backstage. But one thing I noticed was the same thing that Nikki mentioned. Alexa obviously wasn't herself. Alexa wasn't filled with rage towards Nikki Cross during that moment, but you can tell that Alexa just seemed extremely comfortable and definitely had a lot on her mind. Alexa even seemed like herself during the interview, but it was once again obvious that Alexa was hiding something. It looks like The Fiend's influence is getting to Alexa, but she's trying to fight it off as best as she can. Then we know Alexa had that big moment of being attacked by Braun Strowman, and The Fiend saved her. So where is Alexa Bliss's character at from a mental state right now? Well, take a look at what she's been through in the last few weeks. She was captured and attacked by The Fiend. Then she was attacked by the new monster, Braun Strowman. In just a matter of weeks, she came into close engagements with the monster and The Fiend. Could both of these engagements really be taking a toll on her and really changing her for the worse? That seems to be what WWE is hinting at, especially with Nikki Cross's promo being a real giveaway that something dark and twisted is about to take place with Alexa Bliss. I love what WWE is hinting there about something huge being on the horizon for Alexa Bliss. There's just so much potential here, and that's what has me excited to see how this turns out. You have a great talent, a great actress with Alexa Bliss that has the range to basically portray any character you throw at all. So I think this really will be a great moment to let Alexa shine and become a more character driven superstar. I've gone over it a lot of times, but we really need some more character driven superstars, and WWE has the opportunity to create one right here with this dark version of Alexa Bliss. This version that they're hinting at has the potential to be very Harley Quinn like. Obviously, Alexa is already a huge Harley Quinn fan and has dressed up as her before to the ring. But what if you actually gave her some of Harley's characteristics? I think that will be actually perfect. She has Braun Strowman completely play with her emotions. She even stated in the SmackDown interview that she loved being in The Fiend's presence. So, what if this all leads to us getting this unstable dark version of Alexa Bliss? I have high hopes to see what WWE is planning here with Alexa Bliss. But you gotta remember that this is WWE that we're dealing with. You can't forget about that. They know how to build so much hype and anticipation for something. But sadly, they never seem to really live up to the hype they created and truly deliver. So we're all hoping to see this brand new character-driven version of Alexa Bliss. But she might pop on SmackDown in a few weeks, acting completely normal and like nothing ever happened. That's this inconsistency that really bothers me. Just look at AJ Styles with the Boneyard match. Undertaker buries AJ Styles in the match, and AJ just pops up on Raw a few weeks later, like nothing ever happened to him. If he was a television show character or a movie character, AJ obviously would have had some sort of PTSD from these events of the Undertaker match. That same sort of thing is happening right now with Alexa Bliss. After being in the middle of the monster Braun Strowman and the Fiend Bray Wyatt, she should be going through some sort of changes with her character. So hopefully WWE doesn't abandon this dark Alexa Bliss, because there is so much potential and direction to take her in. Maybe give her that same sort of Fiend character direction and have her take out all of the women in the women's division that have wronged her in the past. Similar to what the Fiend did when he first started attacking superstars that he had previous history with. Maybe something like that, where the dark Alexa could go after Sasha Banks, Bayley, Naomi, and so on. I wanted to touch on the closing moments from SmackDown because there was a few things that really bothered me there as well. First of all, Strowman entering the Firefly Funhouse. I didn't like this when they did the exact same thing with Seth Rollins, because I think it just makes Bray Wyatt's character look like a fool. Isn't the Fiend supposed to be guarding the Firefly Funhouse or something like that? Why is it so easy for superstars to just walk in there and attack Bray Wyatt all the time? I think it really makes Bray Wyatt seem like a fool, especially since this happened twice. Just lock the door. I don't understand the logic there. Another thing that really bothered me was when Braun Strowman threw Bray Wyatt off a 3-foot ledge, and WWE makes it seem like he threw him off a roof. I understand this is a scripted show, but could we possibly try to make it a little more believable and not just insult the viewer's intelligence? The whole Bray Wyatt transforming in the ambulance thing was cool, but my main issue with that is that we literally saw the exact same thing happen with Kane just a few years ago. So that was a little iffy and repetitive for me as well. So we'll have to wait and see where this story goes for all three characters involved, and what will happen after SummerSlam. What are your thoughts on everything we saw with this story this week? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.